In the late 1800s, Wilmington, North Carolina stood as a beacon of progress and possibility in the American South. Following the Civil War, during Reconstruction, it was a rare city where black and white citizens lived and worked together. A thriving black middle class took root here, with successful professionals and entrepreneurs building a prosperous, self-sufficient community. Black residents held key political offices, helping to govern the city through a fusionist coalition that united different races and classes. But this era of shared power fueled a bitter resentment among white supremacists who were desperate to reclaim total political control. Leaders of the Democratic Party at the time began a coordinated campaign of fear, using inflammatory propaganda to stoke racial hatred. Newspapers published fabricated stories, while political rallies called for the violent removal of the legally elected biracial government. On the morning of November 10, 1898, these threats turned into a coordinated and deadly reality. An armed mob of nearly 2,000 white men, known as the Red Shirts, gathered at the city armory. Their first target was the Daily Record, a prominent black-owned newspaper and a vital voice for the community's progress. The mob smashed the printing presses and burned the building to the ground, an act meant to silence dissent and terrorize. From the ashes of the newspaper office, the violence spilled into the streets, turning into a widespread massacre of black citizens. Armed groups hunted residents through their own neighborhoods, firing into homes and forcing entire families to flee for their lives. Dozens of black residents were killed, while thousands more sought refuge in the surrounding woods and swamps, hiding in fear. At the height of the chaos, the leaders of the mob marched on City Hall to complete their violent takeover. They forced the mayor and the city council to resign at gunpoint, effectively staging the only successful coup in American history. The insurrectionists immediately installed their own leaders, establishing a white supremacist regime that would hold power for generations. In the weeks following the massacre, thousands of black residents were permanently driven out, and their property was seized or destroyed. The events in Wilmington reshaped the political landscape of North Carolina, leading to the disenfranchisement of black voters for decades. For over a century, this horrific event was largely omitted from history books, described as a race riot rather than a coup. Remembering the Wilmington Massacre is essential to understanding the long and difficult struggle for democracy and civil rights in America. It serves as a somber reminder of what happens when the rule of law is abandoned in favor of hate and power. History is full of powerful stories that were nearly forgotten. Follow and subscribe for more hidden stories from the past.